Hi everyone, this is Emily again, and I'm back with video number 3 for my nutrition tips. Today is called Delicious Dinners, and we're going to make 2 different rice bowls. The first one is a taco bowl. So I started with brown rice in my bowl, and today I made minute rice just to make it quick and easy, and I did that in the microwave by following the instructions on the box. Next, I prepared my meat. So I used half ground beef and half ground turkey just to make it a little bit less fat content, and I did that on the stovetop. So I prepared the meat in a pan here on the stovetop. I put both meats in the pan, broke up the meat using a spatula, and when the meat was ready, I did drain it out using a colander, and I returned it to the pan and I added spices. Just a little bit of chili powder and cumin, salt, and pepper, and then our meat is ready. I'm going to add that to the rice. Next, I'm going to add black beans and corn, which I got both canned. So again, like last video, I got the low sodium canned beans, and I also got no salt added canned corn. Now, I bought a regular canned corn to compare the sodium content. So there's 160 milligrams of sodium in a serving of the regular, and only 10 milligrams of sodium in the low sodium version. So that's important when we're trying to stick to 2,000 milligrams of sodium per day. Any little bit that you can cut out counts. So I put them into a colander and I rinse them. Again, that just gets a little bit of the sodium that's still on the beans off. And then I'm going to add the corn. Now I have some additional toppings to add. So I have fresh salsa, avocado slices. You can also buy it pre-mashed, so you don't have to do that at home. A little bit of Mexican cheese, and a scoop of Greek yogurt. So instead of sour cream, I'm using Greek yogurt. No fat added. Gives us a little bit of that flavor without adding a lot of fat. So that is our first meal, and that's a taco bowl. So I hope you enjoy that. The next one that I'm going to move on to is a tofu and spring veggie bowl. So tofu can be a little bit daunting to think about preparing at home, but I'm going to show you some quick, easy tips. So again, we're starting with the same brown rice in the bowl. The tofu comes in a container like this. It's bought in the refrigerated section of the grocery store. You want to buy extra firm tofu for a recipe like this. And this is an affordable way to get some protein. Sometimes you can get these containers for as low as $2. They stay pretty good in the fridge for several weeks until the expiration date. So when you take the tofu out of the container, it's going to come in a block like this. Okay, it's important that you drain it. So you drain that container, and then what I'm doing here is I'm wrapping it in a paper towel. Okay. And then you really want to press that out, and you may need to change your paper towel a few times so you can really get a lot of that water content out so that it crisps up when we cook it in the oven. So it's good to leave it in the paper towel for 10 or 30 minutes, but I'm just going to show you the next step, which is slicing it up. So what I'm going to do is slice the tofu into long slices, and then I'm going to cube it. I'm going to put these cubes into a small bowl or container. So now we have that ready. And what I'm going to do is add 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. So you may need some extra soy sauce for the whole container. And you just kind of want to stir that around so that you can get all of the soy sauce on the tofu. And then the next step is to take a greased cookie sheet and pour the tofu onto the cookie sheet in a one layer. And then I'm going to put the cookie sheet in the oven at 400 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. So I have some back here to show you that I prepared earlier. So you can see the tofu got nice and crispy, and we're going to add it to our rice bowl. Okay, so now we have our tofu in the bowl. We're going to add some vegetables to the top. So I have just shredded red cabbage, shredded carrots, some sliced radishes, and sugar snap peas. And that's it for our second meal. So this is a tofu and spring veggie rice bowl, and hopefully you can try out some of the tips. Join me next week, which will be satisfying snacks and sweets.